Hello, Pruvit Nation. This is Dr. Heather Carden coming to you live from Overland Park, Kansas. I am here every Wednesday to help answer your questions about ketones, ketosis, and Keto-OS. While we're waiting for some of our friends to get online, know that you can swipe this and you can share it to your own Facebook page. If you've got questions that you want to ask, please go ahead and ask those. I generally start the first few minutes just giving a little bit of overview of what ketones are and ketosis. So I'm going to start with that if that's okay with everyone. A little bit about myself. I am a practitioner in Overland Park, Kansas. We own a center called Carden Center for Wellness, and I've been practicing for almost 19 years. So I was super excited to hear about therapeutic ketones. As you can imagine, I have taught a low-carb, high-fat diet. We've used a ketogenic diet when we've needed that tool to help people get over some health ailments. But when I heard that we had the first therapeutic exogenous ketones, I was super, super excited. So you can see Dr. Ralph is actually delivering my afternoon ketones so I can be on point for you guys today. And we'll definitely talk about the benefits of ketones and what they can do for your body. So let's just start with that. What are ketones? Ketones are simply a byproduct of fat metabolism. Well, why we want to use those? Our body actually has two different fuel sources. We run on glucose and we run on ketones. Glucose comes when we eat carbohydrates and proteins. Our body uses insulin to help break them down into glucose, and our body can use that for energy. Or we can take fatty acids or fats and our body can break those down. We don't even need insulin to help make ketones from them. Well, why haven't we heard much about ketones in the past? Some of it's just based on the standard American diet. The standard American diet is based on a diet that's about 45 to 65% carbohydrate. With that being said, our body never has a chance to really tap into its reserve and use our own ketones. When our body makes ketones, it's called endogenous ketones. When we drink something from outside our body, like a white powder called Keto-OS or pure therapeutic exogenous ketones, then our body can actually utilize those. So endogenous ketones come from a ketogenic diet, which is a really, really low carb diet, maybe only about 5%. It can take you days or weeks or months to get into ketosis. But now we know with pure therapeutic ketones, we can simply drink Keto-OS and be in ketosis in less than 59 minutes. Well, why would someone want to be in ketosis, or why would someone want to have ketones as their fuel versus glucose? Well, when I simply just pick up my can of ketones, what the benefits are is fat loss, muscle preservation, better sustained energy, reduced brain fog, mental clarity, increased focus, appetite suppressant, weight gain, better moods, better digestion, and better skin. So I love those benefits, and it's something that we have struggled with in our office for over the last 20 years. People come in and they continue to be tired living on the standard American diet, and they don't really have the discipline to go to a full ketogenic diet to get the benefits of ketones. But now we have the best of both worlds. Being in ketosis simply means an elevated level of blood ketones. So what Keto-OS does is allow your body to actually experience ketones without going on a true ketogenic diet. Actually, you don't have to be on any special diet. You can eat your standard American diet. You can have your paleo diet, your grain-free diet, dairy-free diet, kosher diet, whichever diet that you choose to live by. But if you want the benefits of ketones, which is better energy, better focus, neuroprotection, they work like signalers in our brain to help increase awareness, then you can simply just mix up ketones or the Keto-OS and get it straight into your body. So that's a little bit of 101 about what ketones can do or what Keto-OS is. And I've got a little sign back here. I tried to do Billy Funk's method and write them backwards, but I was not super successful. So I do want to know, if you're new to the podcast, please put a number 1 if you've never been on our Facebook Live. And again, I'm here every week just to help answers about ketones, Keto-OS, what is Keto Cream, why would I want to have it for my body? If you're someone who's listened before, please put a number 2. And if you're someone with Maui, put a number 3, but I bet you're not listening right now. You're probably doing something very fun on the beach. So we will be here to help educate you. And yes, Sean, you can be even on a bacon diet, drink Keto-OS, and get ketones in your body. So I'm going to start right now just answering questions, because that's really why I'm here today, to help you get a better understanding and bring more value to what you're doing in your standard diet. So Erica asked, when I drink Keto-OS, do I need to replace it with some minerals, calcium, and question mark? So that's a great question. Ketones have a mild diuretic effect. So given that, knowing that they reduce inflammation, they help lose water out of fat cells, know that when we lose stuff we don't want, like inflammation and fat, our body also loses essential minerals like calcium, magnesium, potassium. So yes, it is recommended to take a really good multi-mineral while you're using Keto OS or on a ketogenic diet. And know that the Keto OS is not a substitution for the ketogenic diet, but it's a way to get ketones into your diet. Into your body. But know that you want to add a multi-mineral to help replace those minerals that are naturally lost. And if you're curious if you need minerals, it's very simple. You just go to your primary care physician and ask them to check your mineral level. It's called a comprehensive metabolic panel. They can check your sodium, calcium, magnesium, your electrolytes, and see what's happening. But we generally do recommend that you use some type of electrolyte balance, eat lots of healthy greens because those also have great minerals to them, and vitamins to help replace what is lost through the natural diuretic process that you'll experience with ketones. So Steve asked, is there any benefit or value to taking Keto OS if you're already in ketosis? So Steve, the answer is yes. That was me. I was already in ketosis when I was introduced to therapeutic ketones. So what it did for me, I was, again, already on a ketogenic diet. It actually helped stabilize my ketone levels. There are lots of studies out there showing that just a slight elevation, just a couple of tenths of a millimole can actually make a big difference on how you feel and how you're focused. So if you're a person who's been on a ketogenic diet and has struggled to stay on that, or want to increase performance on that, again, there's a lot of studies I can direct you to, but yes, there is a lot of advantage to adding exogenous ketones or Keto OS to an already keto adapted or fat adapted diet. It raises your millimoles a little bit higher, and know that if your body gets too much Keto OS or too much ketones, it simply just excretes them out. So there's no clinical data saying that too many ketones from Keto OS can be adverse to your health, and there's no clinical data saying that it's dangerous. And if you want more clarification, we have an amazing help center there. So if someone would like to post the health center, and at least that would be great. If you go to pruvitnow.com and scroll all the way to the bottom, you're going to see a thing that says help center. It opens up 4 big browsers, and the first one's about product. You can find all the product information there. You can find out what the content of the 2.1, the 3.0, the max, the Keto Cream. The second tab is all about health. It'll tell you why it's healthy if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, why it's healthy if you have liver or kidney concerns. If you're a type 1 or type 2 diabetic, you'll see all the necessary information there. So thank you someone for posting it there, but that's a great resource to use, and that's really what we refer to. When you send questions into support, Dr. Andrew Campitelli or myself will get those if they're sent to the nutrition specialist, and we generally just get our answers from there because, believe it or not, the Help Center's got an amazing source of resources that you can also visit to get answers for you. And if I don't get your answer or question answered here today, know that you can send it into support@pruvithq.com, and then they will actually send that over to the nutrition specialist. So if we didn't get your question answered today, or you think of a question later on that wasn't asked, know that you can send your questions to support@pruvithq.com. And I want to welcome everyone back who's been back to our Wednesday afternoon call. Again, I want to bring value every week and help you answer questions. I want to welcome anyone who's new from around the continent, new from Australia or Canada or from whatever country you hail from. Welcome today, and hopefully we can bring more value and education to your life to help reach your optimal state of performance. So you can see I take a pause here to read a question or two. So who can take Keto OS? Keto OS is safe for everyone, as well as Keto Cream. I don't leave Keto Cream out there because it's one of my favorite products. And we will go through all the differences of all the products at the very end of our visit today. So we have about 25 minutes, and then I'm going to go through all the different Keto OSs and keto versions to help clarify what's in what and what's not in what. So you can choose what's best for your health. But know that ketones are our native state of fuel. Our babies are born in ketosis. We know how to burn ketones. Often when we're sleeping at night, our body can be using ketones to get through the night while we're sleeping. If you're an endurance athlete, your body's generally running on ketones at some point in your workout or your lifetime of being an athlete. So it's a very natural form of fuel that our body needs to use. But know that given the standard American diet, our body was not given the chance to use ketones. And again, when we look at the benefits of ketones, it's definitely something you want to use. So it is safe for our body. If our body does not need ketones, it just simply excretes it out. Ethan, I see you're having a great time there in Maui. Yes, can't wait to see you at Spark, and we'll talk about that at the very end also. Pam says, is Keto OS safe to take if you're pregnant and breastfeeding? Pam, the answer is yes, it is safe, but always check with your healthcare professional before you start any supplement at all. Know that ketones do have a mild diuretic effect, and if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, make sure you increase your water as you would need for breastfeeding, and make sure you use the caffeine-free version. And the great news is all of the Keto OS products in Biomax come in caffeine-free. And if you're a little bit confused on the labeling, the gold is charged, that means with coffee, and the silver are here uncharged, means no caffeine. I actually get a lot of questions on what does OTG mean and what does uncharged mean. So OTG is on the go. It means it's a single serving in a sachet. And know that a can, K-A-N, is actually like a jug. So it's just a can that has 30 servings. So some reason that seems to be unclear for a few people. Hopefully that cleared it up if you're one asking those questions. So Anna says, a customer complaining about swelling after 5 days of using Keto OS, suggestions for her. Anna, thank you for asking that question. When starting Keto OS, remember your body's born in a native state. We know how to fuel with ketones. We also have sodium in Keto OS. Ketones by themselves are very, very acidic. And again, they have a natural diuretic effect. So we put in the proper balance of sodium to help balance out the effects of the acidity from the ketones and the natural diuretic effect that happens. So if your body's been dehydrated, or if your body has been burning on a low sodium diet, your body may actually hold on to those healthy minerals, like hold on to the healthy sodium in Keto OS, because it's really wanting to utilize those. So for me, I think that's a great sign that your body needs ketones and needs sodium, but start a little bit lower, reduce your serving. Your body's telling you, hey, that's too much too quickly. So simply just reduce down to a fourth or a half a serving and do that same serving for about 3 to 5 days until the body normalizes. And then when you're not having a response, know that your body's ready for more ketones. Simply just increase that serving size. I know I say it every week, and people are, especially people who are new to the call, they read all the fabulous testimonies on the Facebook page. They want to make sure they're in ketosis. They want all the benefits of ketosis. They want to get their urine stick to turn peak, or they want to get their millimoles up if they're checking their blood. And sometimes we introduce them a little bit too quickly to our body. So just slow down, give your body a chance to know, hey, I want to burn fat for fuel today. I want to burn on ketones, or I want to perform on ketones today. I'm not going to perform on glucose. So give your body a little bit of time to adapt and to adjust to that. And Anna, you're very welcome. And yes, make sure that you look at all the videos that Pruvit Mom posts on Monday, and also know that on Friday we have Fitness Friday from fitness expert Rob DeBoer to answer some of those fitness questions. So if you've missed a video, either a Monday video from Keto Mom or a Fitness Friday video from Rob DeBoer, know that you can go to facebook.com/justpruvit, and you can look at the video section, and you can check all the videos out that we've made in the past year. So Pam is saying, my tummy hurts after drinking the orange, which is a 2.1. Any suggestions? Yes, Pam, I would tell you to reduce the serving and actually eat it with a little bit of food, maybe some protein or some fat, or add something that's a bit more alkaline to it, Pam. So if you're getting a little bit of stomach ache, again, reduce the serving, drink over a slower period of time, mix it with some hazelnut milk, some coconut milk, and eat a little bit of fat or protein with it. And as your stomach adjusts, then it will actually adapt to have more, getting used to having more ketones in your body, and your stomach ache will go away. Yes, Trinidad is saying, can a bodybuilder use Keto OS? Yes, everyone can use Keto OS. It is safe for everyone. I say womb to tomb because our babies are born in ketosis, and we know it's safe for pregnant women. We also know there's many amazing effects, especially neuroprotective benefits. We know that ketones are muscle sparing. So as we age, we know that those are two very important things. We want to preserve muscle mass. We want to preserve our brain and have better focus. And we also want to have more energy. So it is safe for everyone, bodybuilder, athlete, toddler, pregnant person. Again, just check with your healthcare physician. If you're concerned at all or you have any medical conditions, please check with them before starting any nutritional product. So can Keto OS help someone with a neurological problem? So Miriam is asking that question. Miriam, there's a lot of great research out there. If you want to take a specific neurological condition and just add ketones to it, you're going to find a lot of clinical data. So Parkinson's and ketones, ALS and ketones, movement disorders or dyskinesia and ketones, migraines and ketones. That's still a neurological issue. So we know there's a lot of great benefits because ketones are actually signalers for our body and our brain. So just pick the specific neurological condition that you're wanting to refer to and add ketones to it in your Google search, and you'll get a lot of specific data. Again, if there's more information that you want, please check the research page at pruvitnow.com keto.com/research. We've got a lot of wonderful articles there about brain cognition and neuroprotection. So check there first, and if not, just go ahead and do a Google search. I know I'm supposed to say, what's up from Hawaii? I was actually going to try to find a lei to wear today so people would think I'm actually in Hawaii and not Kansas, but I didn't pull that one off today. So I know you're all having a wonderful time in Maui. And if you're new to the call wondering what all the talk is about Maui, we have a fabulous trip with a bunch of our leaders and in Maui having a fabulous time. They are really brainstorming, biohacking, and enjoying their optimal state of life. So Kim is asking the benefits of MS as well. Know that we're not making any medical benefits with ketones or Keto OS. Know that Keto OS is ketones. We know that ketones has a lot of benefits when it comes to things like MS and MD and other neurological diseases. Again, just do those searches and look for MS and ketones, MS and ketogenic diet. Keto OS is not a substitution for the ketogenic diet, but it does deliver pure therapeutic ketones to your body. So if you're wanting what's listed on the side of the can, as Nick always says, if you're wanting fat loss, if you're looking for muscle protection, better energy, neural protection, better focus, better sleep, better digestion, know that that's what ketones do for your body. So Sean says, why would our livers make ketones from our fat if exogenous ketones are already in our blood? Sean, that is a great question. So the sun is moving and we're on a time change here in Kansas. So I'm going to try to get out of the sun here. Normally what happens on a true ketogenic diet, or which is also can be almost even in a starvation diet, when our carbohydrates are very low, our body uses our stored fat, our liver converts stored energy, or we convert those from ketones. So all that is done in the liver on a true ketogenic diet with endogenous ketones are making endogenous ketones. With Keto OS, the liver doesn't have to do anything. You simply drink it and it goes right into our bloodstream. That's why you can check your blood and see that you're in ketosis with one single serving in about 20 to 30 minutes. Or if you're checking urine, it takes a bit longer to process within about an hour. So your liver doesn't have to do anything. Your kidney doesn't have to do anything. Your gallbladder and pancreas don't have to do anything. You simply have to drink it and put it into your body to get those benefits. Does Keto OS help from inflammation? Yes, there's a great clinical study done last year about beta-hydroxybutyrate. So our body makes 3 different ketones. It also makes acetone. Know that beta-hydroxybutyrate makes up about 87% of the ketones when our body makes their own natural ketones. Beta-hydroxybutyrate is a lot higher in energy, almost 38% more energy, more ATP. So beta-hydroxybutyrate is the ketone of choice of the ketone body in Keto OS that allows you to have more energy, allows you to have more oxygen, and know that it is safe. But we also know that beta-hydroxybutyrate stops inflammation or inhibits one of the inflammatory cascade responses called NLRP3 inflammasome. You can simply Google BHB and inflammation or ketones and inflammation, and you're going to get a whole page of research articles on that. So super proud to know that Dr. Prof was part of the research article that was released last year about BHB inhibiting some of our inflammatory markers. Everybody's in there saying, what's up in Hawaii? What's up in Kansas? And where are you from? So if you're not from Hawaii and you're not from Kansas, let me know where you're from if you do not have a question. So Andrew says, so are they actually ketones being put out in our body? Yes, Andrew. When I drink Keto OS, I am putting straight beta-hydroxybutyrate in my body. I am so glad you asked that question. I've done these calls for a few months, so I might have just skipped over that. But yes, just think of if you're having a vitamin C tablet, you're putting straight ascorbic acid. If you're taking a multivitamin or a B vitamin supplement, you're putting the B vitamin in your body. It's getting into the cell. When you're drinking Keto OS, you're drinking straight beta-hydroxybutyrate. It's getting into the cell, specifically the mitochondria, which is a powerhouse of the cell, to help give your body more energy. So yes, with Keto OS, it is a salt, not an ester, and it's going straight into your body. That's why people will say, oh my gosh, I kind of feel my head tingling. I had somebody say they felt like they were a little high, like maybe a little bit dizzy. That can actually be from the increased oxygen coming from the ketones, which is actually a wonderful thing. Many times a day, we're short breathers. We don't get enough oxygen into our muscle tissue. We don't take the time to recover. We don't sleep well enough. And with ketones, specifically BHB, we get more oxygen into our body. So I love hearing, we've got someone from Nova Scotia there. So I love hearing where everyone's from. And I love that you're listening in all different places. So Melanie's saying, is it safe for a cancer survivor? Melanie, ketones are safe for everyone. Again, if you have an extensive history, just make sure that you check with your doctor before taking any nutritional supplement. With that being said, I'm going to focus a little bit more on the tummy, because a lot of the times we'll have people say, well, I drank my Keto-S really fast and I got a stomach ache, or I got diarrhea, or I got constipation. So that's your stomach just telling you that you need to slow down a little bit, and it's not ready for that many ketones that quick. Or you could be dehydrated. So let's talk about dehydration, because 79% of Americans are dehydrated, especially as we go into the fall. People forget to drink water. Remember, ketones are a salt. Remember that they are a natural diuretic, and the major function of our large intestine is actually to reabsorb water and get ready for evacuation. So if you're a person who's experiencing some constipation with the Keto-OS, number one, make sure you're drinking it slowly, which is over maybe 20 or 30 minutes, and know that you need to make sure you're having plenty of water in your body. A general rule of thumb, I know it's not for everybody, but a half an ounce per body pound of body weight. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you should be drinking about 100 ounces of water. But know that if you're 400 or 500 pounds, I'm not going to recommend that you drink 200 to 300 ounces of water, but use it as a general rule of thumb for the average person. So if you're a person getting maybe a mild headache or a cramp or a little bit of stomach issue or constipation, simply either reduce the ketone serving or the serving size, increase your water, and add a good multi-mineral, because magnesium and sodium actually also help your body get ready for evacuation and help your bowels do their job. If you're a person who's getting diarrhea pretty quickly afterwards, then I'm going to say, if you're using the 2.1, maybe use the 3.0, because it has a butyrate and chicory root, and know that your body's trying to process that pretty quickly, and just slow down. Yes, and make sure that it's a caffeine free. So caffeine actually can stimulate bowels also, and know that there are many great health benefits to caffeine. But if you're a person who doesn't want caffeine, maybe because you have a history of hypertension, or you're pregnant or nursing, or you're an athlete or a child, know that you can choose the caffeine free in all three versions, except for in Canada, I should say. I always need to say that exclusion. So I don't think the caffeine free is available in Canada yet. I hear it's coming very, very soon. So Joy is asking, can Keto-OS help with Crohn's disease? So Joy, I'm actually going to put Crohn's disease and any autoimmune disease, whether it's Hashimoto's or ulcerative colitis or rheumatoid arthritis or ankylosing spondylitis, any of those really big autoimmune disease, it's still the same thing. It's an autoimmune disease, which means the body is actually reacting against itself. If we think about the basic principles of ketones, delivering more oxygen, which we know is very healthy for every tissue in our body, knowing it's delivering more energy, specifically ATP, we know it's more healthy for our body, and know that ketones actually reduce inflammation, then yes, we can definitely see the benefits of ketones helping in autoimmune disease. Again, know that we're not making any health medical claims or making any promises, or again, medical claims I'm going to say, but know that we take the basic principles of what we know of ketones, which have been studied for almost 100 years. We've studied exogenous ketones, as which Keto-OS is, for almost 3 decades. We have a lot of data and we have a lot of anecdotal evidence. And again, there's also clinical evidence with exogenous ketones and some of these other health disorders. So Carrie's saying, why do we need to increase our fat consumption on a keto diet? So Carrie, I'm really here to talk about the ketogenic product, but yes, a ketogenic diet, what it does is it has your body burn fats for fuel instead of carbohydrates. So very simple 101 lesson about a ketogenic diet is that we reduce our carbohydrates and we increase our fats to use fats for fuel. You don't want to live low carb, low fat, low protein, because then our body wouldn't have any energy. So we can choose to live on a dual fuel system. We can choose to either only burn carbohydrates for fuel. We can choose to only use ketones or fats for fuel on a ketogenic diet, on a fat adapted diet, or we can use a low carb, high fat diet, paleo diet, grain free diet, add exogenous ketones, and get all the benefits of ketones without having to go on a very restrictive diet. So know that when you're replacing those fats for fuel, if you're choosing to live on a high fat diet or a ketogenic diet. So again, I tried to write in the back here, if you guys can see the sun's moving. If you just popped on, I'm having people write a 1 if you are new to the call, which means you've never been on our Facebook Live on Wednesday or never answered a question. 2, if you're a frequent listener here or have listened to our live question answer before. Or 3, if you're a person in Maui. So I shouldn't see any 3s, I don't think. I think everyone in Maui should be having a fabulous time there. I know a lot of our leaders are there having a wonderful time. If you want more information about that, you can stay tuned to the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/justpruvit. Sorry, I'm trying to move with the sun as we've changed hour of the day. The sun keeps moving. And Jerry's right. Just think of your body as a hybrid car. So the question is, what if I eat carbohydrates and I drink Keto OS? Sorry, I'm still trying to change the sun here a little bit. So maybe we're going to be bright all day today. So what happens if I eat a carbohydrate and I drink Keto OS? Our body's not really too picky. The major function is to keep our brains functioning. So our brain will use whatever fuel is most available. So if I drink my Keto OS and I have a bagel, know that the Keto OS is already in the usable form. It's in the form that my body knows how to use and knows how to directly put the energy into the cell. So the beta hydroxybutyrate will go right into my system, right into my blood cell. I will get instant energy from that. I know that if I eat a bagel, my body's got to break it down. I've got to use insulin. I've got to go through the whole digestion process. I might not get the benefits of that for maybe 20, 30, 40 minutes, depending on your GI system. But know that you can have carbohydrates in your diet and you can drink Keto OS or pure therapeutic exogenous ketones and get all the benefits of that. And with that being said, Keto OS is not a weight loss supplement. When we talk about weight, that's muscle, water, fat. There seems to be a lot of myth when we're looking at people saying, oh my gosh, I've really lost X amount of pounds. Keto OS is not a weight loss supplement. The benefits of ketones actually lead to fat loss. So how does that work? Well, ketones are muscle sparing. Ketones actually give us more energy. Ketones increase or decrease our satiety, which means we feel full or longer, and decreases cravings. So think about why people eat or why they grab a food that maybe they know is not super healthy for them. It's either because they're tired and they need to grab food or they're hungry. So when we talk about satiety, ketones increase or decrease our hunger, they decrease our cravings, they increase our energy. So when all those things happen together, we also know that actually increases our metabolism, that ketones can be thermogenic. That's a great winning system to help lead you towards getting towards your healthcare goals of fat loss, not weight loss, but fat loss. So that's how that works. Donald said, sorry, I got cut off. It's difficult to get out the message in the medical community. Donald, I'm going to tell you, I think it's a fabulous time right now. We are definitely in a wellness revolution. I have been talking about low carb, high fat for almost 2 decades, and I used to not get anyone to listen to me. And I know that today, when I see hundreds of people from all over the country, all over the world listening, I know that people are ready for this conversation about ketones. It's a super, super exciting time in the medical world. Anytime you turn on the TV or you check social media, there's some really elite medical practitioners talking about the benefits of health, talking about the benefits of ketones. I know we see it on Dr. Oz, Dr. Axe, Mercola. They're all talking about the benefits of coconut oil, the benefits of fats. So I'm super excited. I've struggled with this conversation for 20 years and now people want to know. So thank you for sending all the hearts, because again, I'm here every Wednesday because people actually want to know about how they can make themselves better, optimizing their own health performance and optimizing their own body as they move forward. So I think it's a super exciting time to have this conversation. Somebody said, what if you're in ketosis already? If you're already in ketosis, what the exogenous ketones do is your body will use what it needs and then it will excrete what it doesn't need. But it can actually help you make a more balanced level of Keto OS, a more balanced level of ketones in your body. So we've got just a few minutes left here. And if I did not get your question answered, I'm really sorry. Please send it into support@pruvithq.com. You can see I'm dodging the sun here in Kansas. It's moving quickly today. But I do want to go over all the products. I did see your questions as I came through about what's the difference between 2.1, what's the difference between charged and uncharged, what's the difference between 3.0. So hopefully you have your pen and paper out and you are ready to go. Remember, if you're new, give us a 1. If you're a recurrent listener, give us a 2. And if you're in 3, say aloha and give us a 3 from Maui. So let's talk about the different products. I'm going to quick drink here. So the orange, which is the orange dreamsicle, which is 2.1. Hopefully you guys can see that with the sun. What it has in it is all 3 have beta hydroxybutyrate, which is the ketone body. 2.1 is the orange dreamsicle. Charged means caffeine, uncharged means caffeine free or no caffeine at all. It has MCT oil plus beta hydroxybutyrate. This does have a little bit of dairy in it. The 3.0 and max don't have any dairy. So the dairy is only used to help plate the ketone body to the MCT. So just a little bit of dairy in there. It is from cow's milk. So yes, it has casein. Yes, it has whey. Yes, it has lactose because it's dairy. And it's all natural and it is not certified organic. But know that all of the Keto OS are flavored with essential oils. So this is simply orange essential oils to flavor it. It's beta hydroxybutyrate plus MCT. Not everyone wants to be as fat adapted as maybe someone on a ketogenic diet. So we have another alternative. We have the 3.0. The 3.0 does not have MCT, it has butyrate. Butyrate is actually a great anti-inflammatory. It's naturally found in things like grass-fed butter, but we still have the same beta-hydroxybutyrate. You will still get into ketosis in less than 59 minutes. So know that the flavors are different. This is a chocolate Tootsie Whirl flavored and my favorite, but it also has inulin or chicory root, which has been used for centuries to help balance out diabetes. It's great for gut health. It also has amino acids in it. So orange, MCT, beta-hydroxybutyrate. 3.0, which is chocolate, is butyrate, beta-hydroxybutyrate, inulin or chicory root, and amino acids. And now for Max. We should have a bunch of hearts out here for Max. So let's see the hearts for Max if you love it or that's your favorite. Max does not have any MCT oil. It does not have any butyrate in it. It is certified vegan. It is certified kosher, and it is sport informed and approved. So all those things are right down here in the label. And know that this is the #1 ketone product supplement, or the strongest, most bioavailable ketone supplement on the market. What that means is it's going to be a blend of the beta-hydroxybutyrate salts. It will actually give you a bigger spike in ketosis, and it will give you a longer experience in ketosis. And I can tell you for myself, I can definitely feel the difference between having 3/4 of a serving of this or a full serving of this. But it's a wonderful Maui Punch flavor, and it has a little bit of erythritol in there for a sweetener. And the other bonus is it has amino acids. The amino acid taurine can actually break down and make more ketone bodies and actually increase protein synthesis. So anyone of any age definitely wants to have more amino acids. We definitely want to increase protein synthesis as kids grow up, as we age, as we recover from our workout, all great health benefits that we can have. And know that all three of them, I'm sorry, except for Canada, all three of them come with caffeine, without caffeine. These sachets are called On The Go or OTG. So let's talk about Keto Cream, which is one of my favorite things. So Keto Cream is a blend of MCT powder, coconut powder, and a patent blend of Ceylon cinnamon. If you're a person who's been putting coconut oil in your coffee or MCT oil, know that we have a patent blend that you can simply pour a delicious powder in. It mixes very smoothly. You don't have that textural difference. And again, it's on the go. But this is a healthy serving of fat. There's 15 grams of saturated healthy fats. So for a lot of people, I know they love to have those healthy fats for breakfast or in the afternoon as they start to have that crash between 1 and 4. This is a great way to start your day. It's a great way for kids to start their day. Know that you can mix it in coffee or tea. You can blend it in coconut milk. I know there's a great recipe for making a root beer float, which would be a great afternoon snack for the kiddos or for myself. You can make biscotti out of it with just some egg whites. So there's a lot of amazing uses for it. But no, it's not only for coffee. Keto Cream can be used any time of the day. It can be used with anyone or for anyone to get those healthy saturated fats into your body. And also know, for the last question, is that you can mix or match any of them. You can have Max in the morning. If you're hankering for something chocolate, you can have the 3.0 in the afternoon, or say, you know what, I just love the flavor of orange. I'm sticking with that. I want to have the caffeine-free 2.1 in the afternoon, but more caffeine in the morning, which would be the 2.1 again in the morning if you love the orange. So know that you can mix and match those. 1 serving of Keto is considered a therapeutic serving. 2 servings is considered optimal performance. And know you can still have Keto Cream once or twice a day to get all those healthy saturated fats back in your diet. So I want to thank everyone for listening today. I want to say aloha to everyone in Maui listening and let you know that I will be here next week. If you had someone on the call that you want to share this information with, know that you can share this to your own Facebook page. You can send it as a private messenger. You can share it to their Facebook page. So maybe we didn't get a question answered again. Make sure you send that into support@pruvithq.com. But check the Help Center first, which is pruvitnow.com. Scroll all the way to the bottom and you'll click on the Help Center to get all that information, packaging information, health information, even more data on what I briefly answered today, you'll be able to find there. So have a wonderful Wednesday, and I will talk to you next week, 1 o'clock Central Standard Time.